Estevao-William scores in his last two matches, one against Chelsea and one for Chelsea. And Chelsea has two number nines. Joao Pedro scoring today. Welcome back to FFB, amigos. And today, excited to see Chelsea back in action. It's been only a couple of weeks, but I already got some withdrawals. So I was really happy to watch this match. Let's get into it immediately. As soon as the lineup came up, I was really excited. Why? Because I got to see Caicedo, and I was going to get to see Caicedo and Santos in midfield. Still, Caicedo looks like the superior, bigger player. He was amazing. He always is. Amazing tackles, such authority in the midfield, but it was exciting to know that those two were going to play together. Really cool to see Estevao on the right-hand side. Tyreek George, kind of fun to see him on the left, giving him a little bit of a shot, and see what Estevao-William can do with Palmer, especially with the real number 9 ahead of him that does those runs into the channel and pulls players away. Sadly, we are missing out on Levi Colwill, which we know we're going to miss out for the rest of the season, which you won't miss out on me on the rest of the season. I already got some complaints. Guys, I took some time off. You want me to be one of these creators that make 5 videos a day, pretty much saying about the same transfer? No, I'm not going to be that guy. I'll make one video when we're going to get into and discuss all the transfers. We're almost close. We're getting close to the beginning of the season. We'll start discussing then one by one what we think about them. And speaking of that, people are concerned about Colwill being out the whole season and whether we should buy or not. But certainly Chalobah came in from the beginning, and I'm so happy that man. I don't want to hear that guy ever going away from the team, at least not for now. He's been so loyal. Everybody in Chelsea, and all the Chelsea fans, we adore him. His loyalty, his hard work. He'll deserve a special video of his own, to be honest. In any case, first 25 minutes, we murdered Bayern Leverkusen. We murdered them. Chelsea looks so terrifying. This is the difference. In 90% of games in Chelsea, we would be very offensive last season. But I was never, if I was the opposition, I wouldn't be very fearful. And as a fan, I knew we're going to get there, beat the last defender, play it back, turn around, go around, pass it to the other side, play it back, pass it to the other side, go around, in and out. Like this time, we seem to be a little bit more violent, a little bit more offensive. When Estevao-William has that ball and he's running at the defenders, even I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat. I miss that so much. Not to say that Pedro doesn't have that too, which he does. But certainly I'm more confident that something's going to happen. Again, it's just a friendly. We're getting started. But I got really excited, man, that something's going to happen with it when Estevao-William grabs the ball. Especially with he's got Palmer right there, which is he's giving me those vibes again too. He's been on fire lately. And it's exciting. Like when we're running at a team, we know these guys can take them on. Didn't see the sense, I didn't have the same fear from Tyreek George, but still, what did happen, we're beating the players, we're beating the last line, we're putting a pass in, and our 9 is making a proper run, like it's a proper number 9, which leads to drawing players away from them, which was really excited. And we put in a couple of crosses, and there's somebody at the end of those crosses. The lap wasn't that sharp on them, but he's going to be. He's going to be there at the runs, and I think he'll start putting some of those in, or Joao Pedro, certainly. And a couple of early crosses, beating the last defender and putting in the cross. Just many, many, many things that happened quicker than they did last season, more than it did last season, and as much as I would like to see it. So obviously in those first 25 minutes, that Chelsea was just like kicking butt, man. It doesn't look like we missed a beat, like everybody was fit. And then in the 18th goal, out of one of these amazing plays, very insistent, Palmer doing Palmer things. And he tries to chip the keeper from a somewhat impossible angle. If you've gotten a little bit less on, I'm surprised he beat the keeper, to be honest. It's the post that stops him. This guy's unreal. And bounces off to who do we want it to land to? Estevao-William. And like I mentioned in the intro, he's scored in his last 2 games. One he scored against Chelsea, and now he's scoring for Chelsea. So very exciting to see him score on his debut. Tell me what you guys think. What did you think about the performance of Estevao-William Is he going to be a threat in the Premier League? Is he going to be one of the, okay, let's not get crazy, but let's say top 5 wingers in the Premier League this season? My vote is yes, certainly, because we can already see Caicedo finds, he loves finding that wide pass to the right. Fernandez, that wasn't here the first half, also, he loves finding that wide pass over into the right. And this guy loves running into space, and he's far more efficient than I think we certainly saw Madueke as of now. Let's see. And obviously, with much more upside, much more potential. So after the rest of the for the rest of the first half, it was okay. We I think it's an amazing job. It's like a boring thing for the rest of us, but it's an amazing job in the sense that we totally controlled and dominated that game, and we controlled possession. We were good in it. We did pass the ball around. I feel like we're a little bit more incisive. Another thing that I remember from the lineup that I want to mention that I liked is that I liked watching Jorgensen. I think he had a great, he had a decent match. I loved one of his. That dude's got an arm. I don't know if you guys saw a play in one of the plays. He threw past midfield to a very wide ball, which was really exciting to see Estevao-William ready for those two. In any case, it was a positive. It was positive for me. For the second half, the note here is it's really hard to gauge that game at that point. We changed every single position except Jorgensen. Literally every position on the field. Everybody that was in the first half ended up out. We saw Antwi, which is amazing to see him in there. You know that we love when we put in the youngins, but it was a controlled possession even with all the changes. Eric Ten Hag, Hag, Ten Hag, you're Ten Hags, man. Dude, I don't know how they hired him. I think they could have done better. I don't know. Maybe he'll smack me in the mouth and quiet me because he'll have an amazing season with Bayer Leverkusen. But I don't know, man. It gave me bad vibes. Not cold Palmer vibes. Just give me bad vibes to see him on the sidelines. I felt bad for Bayer Leverkusen, to be honest. I don't know what you guys think about Ten Hag. You tell me. I know it's Ten Hag, but he's just an old hag as far as I'm concerned. So not much to say because we had all those changes. And again, I want to touch on the Colwill thing. I think it's tragic he's out for the rest of the season. It looks like an ACL, so 90% chance he's out most, if not all, the season, which is pretty hardcore. And in this game, I was watching with Matisse. Shout out Matisse. And I didn't do the live. I'll do some lives, maybe 2 or 3 games into the Premier League season. I might miss the first match of the season, guys, so I apologize for that. I have work pulling away. I'm going to try my best. But if not after that, I hope to do almost every live and certainly the videos on time for you. But I was watching with him and I was telling him before the match game, people don't know about Hincapié. I'm from Ecuador. And he's a center back that plays in Bayer Leverkusen. He's left footed. He's on the younger side. I was claiming that we should have bought him 2 years ago. He was better than Pacho at the time, which is at PSG, and Ecuador that has probably one of the most solid defenses, if not the most solid center back pairing in South America right now. And he's the other half of that. But not only that, he played in the 3 under Xavi Alonso in the line of 3, and he covered in left back as well. So very interesting. That's kind of the profile of player that certainly would cover for Colwell, can do some of the Cucurella job and up into the 5 position, right? He can play inverted in defensive midfield, absolutely. He has a decent leg for passing, just like Pacho can play the ball out. So can he. So it's sad that I didn't see him play, but it was just a reminder to see him there now that we didn't go for him when the time was right. And I think now he's getting up there in age for Chelsea, not in real life. We buy him really young. Some jokes to be had there, but I'm not going to bring any of that up right now. It might get my video in trouble. In any case, I'm really excited because we now not only have one, but we have 2 number 9s. And we saw one at the end. Joao Pedro, true number 9. He scores. We have number 10s in spades. We're talking about bringing more in. I'm not that sold on bringing that many players in those spaces, similar players. I'll shut up. I want to wait till that lands. We'll discuss that in those videos. But certainly, we have 2 recognizable 9s. Although Joao is a different, Joao Pedro is a different kind of a 9. He's kind of a play from behind. He's played as the second striker in the past, but he certainly does it for us when when we needed him so far. If they carry on this throughout the season, Chelsea could be a real threat to everybody. If we have that danger on the wings, I don't know what the 11 will be, but I'm really excited to see on one wing Joao Pedro, on the other one Estevao-William if they're playing at level, 10 with Cole Palmer, and then having Fernandez Caicedo. And depending on the game, you can shift those around because Fernandez could go into the 10, Santos could play next um to Caicedo, and certainly Lavia. We're strong, man. We're strong. So if we got people that can pull, that can put the ball in the back of the net, you should be terrified up in there in the Premier League. I don't think we're at the level of City, or what the City can be, used to be, and can be. Certainly, Liverpool is terrifying and a monster, and I don't think we're at Arsenal. We'll talk about this later. Everybody is all excited and happy. I didn't want to be the party pooper, but I'm still not bought into this strategy of how we're managing the team. I still think we're going to lack experience. I think we're going to feel it. Of course, our team is more mature now. Caicedo's a different player. Palmer's a different player. They've won some finals. They've won some titles. So we're a little bit stronger, but I think we might lack a little bit of that experience when it comes to winning a 38 match season with teams that could potentially get between 90 to 100 points. I think some of these teams can have a magical season and achieve. But if they don't, perform to that extreme level, be careful. Chelsea are in for a shot. I am excited to see what Chelsea is going to do this season. I expect silverware. We are Chelsea Football Club. And I think top four is not a discussion anymore. It's just something that needs to happen. And we have the teams to do it, the players to do it. So that's, I don't want to say a given, but that's the standard expected. Now it's a matter of what kind of silverware can we put in our bag, bring back to Stamford Bridge this season. And I am very confident that at least one domestic trophy is going to happen. And let's see more surprises. So that's all for now, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and thank you. Thank you, Chelsea players, as always. Always providing a win, even if it's a friendly. I really like it. I enjoy it. Thank you so much. And to all the Chelsea fans out there, as always, come on, you Blues.